I'll be honest, I don't have that much nostalgia for Jurassic Park. It came out in '93 and I was only 1 year old at the time, so I didn't really see it in its entirety until I was in high school. As such, I wasn't really excited for this film going in. Picking up. As such, I wasn't really that excited for this film going in. By that same token, I wasn't really that excited coming out either. The film is a Jurassic Park movie, plain and simple. It's one of the better ones of the franchise, but it doesn't really add anything new that gives it a unique identity. The ironic thing is that, much like how the people in the film tried to create a new dinosaur in order to increase park attendance, so too did Universal create a new film in order to increase notoriety for an established franchise. That's not to say that this film is bad. It has some genuinely good moments, especially if you look at it from the perspective of someone who has never seen the previous films. To them, this probably looks amazing. But speaking as someone who has seen the original film, it comes across as an updated remake at best and a lackluster retread at worst. A lot of the same moments we see in the original film are pretty much repeated here, complete with the children in the vehicle being attacked by the scary new dinosaur, some other company wanting to take the genetic research for their own applications, as well as the reluctant parental figure having to take care of two kids due to the harrowing circumstances. The moments I found myself rolling my eyes at mainly had to do with some of the commentary about corporations and sponsorship. There's nothing wrong with little commentary in your film if you're doing it right, but here, it's just not done particularly well, as it feels unnecessarily repetitive. We already have the main through line of a company taking nature too far and promptly getting their stuff wrecked. We already have the main plot of a company trying to keep things under control and failing. But by adding the commentary, it just needlessly spells things out for the audience and takes away the subtlety. This also extends to other lines and scenes that spell out things about the themes of the movie. I understand there's foreshadowing, I understand there's exposition, I understand there's information that you're trying to get across, but there's hinting at some sort of a backstory to the characters or explaining that things aren't completely great for the lives of certain characters, but then you are just basically stating the obvious. As with the line, maybe progress should lose for a change. Now, before you harp on me, I know the original film did the same thing. That's why we have Jeff Goldblum memes. However, the original film did it a little bit better because the context just made a little bit more sense. The park isn't open yet, and so you have people basically questioning whether opening the park is a good idea. But with the park already being open, trying to have a lot of the Ian Malcolm, Alan Grant stuff just feels out of place and doesn't really make a lot of sense, at least to me. As for the things I liked about the film, I liked how we got to see how the park functioned, as well as how people were studying how to train and work with the raptors, and how they were basically incorporating dinosaurs into the parks. I liked seeing those aspects. However, those were faint glimmers in a film that's otherwise just okay. As for any technical aspects I can discuss, there's not really that much to say. The film looks good, the characters are written fairly well, and we have some good performances. However, there wasn't really anything that stood out from the previous films, let alone from its contemporaries that are also coming out this summer. To me, the film as a whole feels too safe. It only approaches things from a surface level without actually providing anything of substance. The main draw is spectacle and not really much else. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate this film. It's an entertaining popcorn film that's at least better than the third Jurassic Park film. However, it suffers from the same issues of trying to be like the original film, almost to the point of being a carbon copy. It probably would have been better if they had just done a straightforward remake instead of trying to pass this off as a sequel. Price-wise, the film is okay for an early afternoon 3D matinee, but even then, the 3D isn't really impressive enough to warrant the surcharge. If you've never seen a Jurassic Park film, then you'll enjoy it, as you won't have as much of the baggage as I had going in. Speaking as someone who has seen the original film, to me, the film is good, but not great. It felt kind of like a dumbed-down version of the original film, except with some needlessly thrown in modern commentary to highlight the fact that it's a new film. So really, it's just okay. That's all I can really say about it. I mean, it's not the greatest film in the world, it's not the worst film in the world, it's definitely better than the third film, but it's just kind of there. All of that said, Jurassic World gets a 3.5 out of 5. So that's it for this episode of Romney's Reviews. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.